So it may have taken 15 years, but we finally got ourselves a Tron movie. Tron Ares is the movie we're going to be talking about here today. And it took a really long time in order for us to get another movie, but here it is. We're finally able to see a new movie in the Tron world. Um, I loved Tron Legacy. I mean, that movie came out in 2010, and I can never get enough of that movie. I watch it continuously, and you would ask yourselves, you would ask yourselves, you only like the movie because of the visuals and the music, and yes, that is a given fact. But I did enjoy the story. I did enjoy the characters. I did enjoy this beautiful world that they had established. A bigger, more grown and advanced technological digital world compared to what the first one had brought to us back in 1982. I will give in fact that I have watched the original Tron movie one time, and of course, the first movie I did watch was Legacy before watching the original Tron, and I got curious. I wanted to see what this one was all about back in 1982. Wasn't born yet, but I've seen a lot of movies that were before my time. So this one I had not. So I watched it and I enjoyed it. I tried to understand myself as an audience member back in the day in 1982. The visuals are fantastic, and I really did enjoy it. I only seen it one time. I have given you that. But yes, Legacy, wow, that one really blew my mind. I admire that movie so much, and I love the fact that Jeff Bridges is in it. You at least get an appearance of Bruce Boxleitner. I keep mispronouncing his name, but yeah, it's great getting to see him in there. That's one thing that I do have a problem when it comes to these modern day Tron movies. Is the movie is called Tron, but yet there is no Tron. This new movie Tron Ares is called Tron, but yet no Tron to be seen. Unless Tron is like an acronym for, technological recognizing, organisms, something like that, network. If it was something like that, okay, I'd understand. But that's not what it is. It's the name of a character that the character is not even in the movie. You do get a brief few glimpses of the character of Tron, being a completely different other character called Rinsler in the Legacy movie. And, he does come out of it from being a bad guy back to his normal self, being a good guy. But then that's it. We don't really see anything that happens to him. They really, the last time you saw him was, how they did in Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer with Doctor Doom, just falling into the abyss of the ocean, of the water. So, you don't really see him again. So I'm just like thinking, are we ever going to see this character again? But yeah, here we are with Tron Ares 2025. 15 years after the last movie. When I heard that they were going to actually be doing this movie, which was a couple of years ago, several years ago back, I thought that that's great, fantastic. But then you have to think from a financial perspective, as an audience member, as a fan, you'd have to think, okay, the reason why we haven't seen a sequel is because the movie didn't make any money. The movie, there's a lot of even including the fans, there's not enough fan service out there that wants to go to the movies and watch this in particular genre. It's a really good sci-fi film. And right now, while we're in the world of AI technology, it really puts us into that seat of knowing, things like this at the time could not happen, but now it's like maybe there is a possibility. So the movie, it doesn't bring anybody back. I would have thought it would have been somewhat like an anthology film, based into the world of Tron. But no, it's not a sequel. It's not an anthology film. It's just its own movie. It does give you some hints here and there about the other characters of Sam Flynn and Cora. They're not in the movie, but they're just mentioned for a brief second with no explanation at all whatsoever as to why they're not in this movie. But it seems as though when it comes to the ending of this movie, it's like as if they are hinting that they are on the verge of bringing these characters back, but as of right now, this is a whole new thing. Of course, you got Jared Leto, who's star of the movie. He's also executive producer of the film, so I think that without him, we wouldn't be having this Tron movie at all. But if you ask me, I think Leto did a great job. I think he's a great actor, and a lot of people give him a lot of hate for playing the Joker in the Suicide Squad movie. I actually loved him as the Joker. Not the way that he looks. I don't like the look, but I love his performance, the way that he acted. The way that he acts is fantastic. Morbius is a piece of garbage. I remember seeing that movie and I just disliked it so much. And I mean, I can't believe that it just didn't do well. Um, but yes, when I heard that Leto was going to be starring in this, I'm asking myself, but why? I'm really having this negative feeling to believe that this movie is just not going to work. I don't really find Leto as a perfect match into playing the lead character in this new story of the world of Tron. Um, but here he is. From what I heard, originally he was supposed to be the villain of the movie, but yet they made him now more the antagonist. Having to being a bad guy from the beginning, well, not being the bad guy, but just following the orders of the Master Controller, which is of course Evan Peters, Quicksilver, that we all know of. Great actor as well too. I know that he's in that. What is that Netflix show that he's in? I haven't seen it, but I heard a lot of good things about it and how great that he is an actor in that show. Jeffrey Dunham. There you go. That's I think that's what it. Correct me in the comments in the bottom if you can, for that. But yeah, he's great in this movie. I love seeing him. I enjoy his performances. His mother, played by the woman in the X-Files, I forgot her name, but she's great in it too. Jeff Bridges is in this movie for a matter of 5 minutes or so. It's great getting to see him, but being a part of the movie, it felt a little bit forced. It actually felt way too forced. It just felt as if, we really do need somebody from the Tron films itself to make it to make a somewhat connection. Who can we get? Well, of course, none other than Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges is one of the familiar faces of the world of Tron when it's not even about him, other than having to being the creator of this world, co-creator of this world. But yeah, if anything, I really do wish they would bring back Bruce Brocksetter. I saw the Disney XD show of Tron Uprising. I love the show. Didn't like the fact that it only lasted one season and didn't really go any further. Supposedly it was a prequel to the Tron Legacy movie, which I can see that, but I really wish it would have been more of a sequel, a series to the sequel of the Tron Legacy movie. I would have loved to have seen that if this movie, Tron Ares, was an exact continuation to the Tron Legacy movie, but yet it just took itself to another direction, trying to be more of its modern day storyline, passing that torch over to our characters within this movie, which, by the way, there's a lot of characters in this that I really didn't find fascinating. I didn't find any close connection towards, other than the fact of Evan Peters' character and his mother, who we all see that how they perform in this movie very well. The story itself, it's not complicated. The way that they make it seem to be within the marketing of the film is not exactly per se as to the way that they described it. But it's there, but there's a piece there that's really it's just what makes the movie what the movie's going to. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but there's a lot of things in here that I would love to talk about. And when it comes to movies like these now, it's just you just got to sit through the credits, man. Nowadays every single movie, especially sci-fi films, fictional movies, you gotta just sit through the credits. There's always gonna be a mid-credit scene or an end-credit scene. This one in particularly has a mid-credit scene, and I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. And it just gives you more feedback as to what their plans are if they were to do a fourth Tron movie. Which if there is a Tron 4 coming, I really do hope that it comes a lot sooner and not waiting 10, 15 years for another one. because you got to think about it. It took 28 years to get from the first Tron movie to Tron Legacy, and then from Tron Legacy to Tron Ares, that took 15 years. That's practically already 40 years. My goodness, just for 3 films. I don't know if I could wait another decade or two for the next film. I just really hope that they know what they're doing, what they're trying to do to develop. I hope that they have a great story to tell. Like I said, the story wasn't that complicated, but it was very weak. It was weak, and I wish that they would have done more with it. They had a lot of great ideas. It is terrifying to see how we were the ones going into their world, and now they're coming into our world, and the way that how they are described into this being in our world. It is terrifying looking. But I really wish it would have been more than what they had put into this movie. But yes, it's a great movie. I highly recommend that you go and watch it. Was it necessary? Not intently, but it's just more of a fun time at the theaters. It's not something that's going to win any Oscars or anything like that, even though Jared Leto is an Oscar winner. Great actor too, but like I said, I don't think that he was meant to be in this. I really would have wished they could have casted somebody else a lot more familiar. Because if you think about it, he's a technological being. He's a digital being, and yet he pops out with a beard and Jesus hair, and I'm just like thinking, you're a digital being. What are you doing with facial hair? What are you doing with extremely long hair? Like as if you. I don't know. It for me that's a head scratcher for me. But it's still one of those where you just got to go with it. That's just if that's the way that they want to look, that's the way they want to look. But yeah, great movie. I had a great time. But like I said, it had a lot of flaws, and it's gonna divide a lot of the fans. The performances are terrific. The visuals are fantastic. We don't have an IMAX theater here. The next IMAX theater nearby is 2 hours away in the next city. But just seeing it in the theaters regularly itself, it was still very entertaining. I would love to have seen it in IMAX because I hear a lot of great things about how the movie is in IMAX. The music, 9 Inch Nails. Okay. Like I said, I love the music from Tron Legacy. Daft Punk, I think that's what they're called. They're no longer a band anymore, but I love the way that how they composed the music in that, and how the way that they had transferred it into the animated series with Uprising. This one, 9 Inch Nails, never heard of them before until I found out recently, looking at their background, that Trent Reznor, I know him. I've heard that name before. Where did it come up from? Yes, I love the music from Soul. That was great. Just having to hear that, it sold me when I heard that. When I found out 9 Inch Nails, never heard of 9 Inch Nails, but Trent Reznor I do know about. And yeah, I love the music and the way that how they did it in here. They made sure that this was like a music video. It wasn't like a movie. It was like a music video. You have it's got some elements of Terminator in it as well. Going after a lot of chase sequences, a lot of action. You do get some brief times into the digital world of Tron. But yes, and I don't know if you could tell either, but my lighting is a little red here, just in reference to the film. We know how the last film was very blue, greenish, and stuff like that. But here, there's a lot of red. And red is one of my favorite colors, if you guys don't know me. Red is one of my favorite colors, but there was a lot of red in this. And did it bother me? Not highly, but... And the transferences, there's a lot of transferences, especially at the beginning when you have some montages updating you as to what we're entering into this new world, this story building. A lot of that was happening. You can tell they put a lot of money into it, and like I said, the visuals are amazing. But I think it's only because of the fact that everything is dark. You don't have this stuff happening during the daytime. If it was happening during the daytime, you can really see in how the visuals are not that good. But having it being in nighttime, it really helps out a lot. But yes, this movie, I'm gonna have to go ahead and rate it a good 46%. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. 46% is still pretty good. It's got a lot of great things in it. Like I said, Jared Leto is great in it. I just don't see him as the lead star. I don't see him You know, and I think that the dialogue was pretty weak as well too. Not by the acting, but just by the way that it was delivered. Um, there's a lot of writing in this that needed to be fixed because a lot of it was pretty weak. But that's pretty much the reasons as to why I would rate it a 46%. So that would be my review for Tron Ares. I really do hope that there's another Tron coming towards us, especially after that mid-credit scene. It really did get me hyped up to seeing what's going to happen next. Like I said, there's a few hints to show that if we're going to be getting some returning characters coming back into the story, if there's a fourth film. But I'm looking forward to it. I would love to see another Tron movie. What did you guys think? Would you guys like to see another Tron movie? Or is this franchise just come to a close? Like, is this franchise already dead? You know, I don't think that a lot of people are very fond of wanting to go and watching this movie, since the movie only made in box office, what was it, $33 million? And that's not good. You know, they're not even breaking, you know, they're breaking bank right here, right? So, but yeah, that's my review, you guys, for Tron Ares. What did you guys think? Comment down in the bottom section below, and let's have an awesome time talking about this movie or any movies that you'd like to talk about in general, because I love to talk about movies, but most importantly, I love to talk about them with you. And don't forget that you can check out some more of my videos on YouTube at Awesome Joe Movie Reviews. Anyways, you guys, keep on living the dream, and as always, stay awesome. Thanks, you guys, once more again, and I'll see everybody in the next video.